Now we begin in Laotian capital of Vientiane, where the ASEAN and related summits came to a close today. The grand finale came from the region's security forum dubbed East Asia Summit, where the leaders adopted a non-proliferation statement urging North Korea to abandon its nuclear and missile programs in a complete, verifiable, and irreversible manner. Our Jisun is traveling with the presidential press corps. She joins us live from Vientiane. Jisun, we were certainly aware that the international community had been making various joint efforts both out in the open and under the table, but this never-before-seen move most definitely strikes a remarkable note.
Yes, indeed, Conn-young. This is the first time the Region Strategic Forum adopts a separate forum aside from the chair's statement. It is a step forward with the significance it puts more pressure on Pyongyang, as we're talking about a united voice of 18 countries, that is 18 ASEAN member nations, South Korea, Japan, China, the US, Russia, India, New Zealand, and Australia, which played a key role in the outcome of this document. Leaders at the East Asia Summit adopted a joint non-proliferation statement condemning North Korea's continued nuclear provocations. 18 member nations urged North Korea to abandon its nuclear and ballistic missile programs in a complete, verifiable, and irreversible manner, expressing grave concern over Pyongyang's nuclear tests and ballistic missile launches. The EAS called on Pyongyang to abide by its international obligations and the UN Security Council resolutions.
The statement is the first of its kind for the EAS to adopt, and it specifically indicates North Korea to abandon its nuclear and missile programs. The statement is evaluated as having contributed greatly to sending a stern message by the international community to Pyongyang.
The statement also called for joint efforts to resume the stalled six-party talks on the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula at an early date. In her speech at the East Asia Summit, President Park Geun-hye stressed the gravity of North Korean threats, saying it's a matter of life and death for South Korea, and if the international community fails to curb Pyongyang's nuclear ambitions, there will come a day when the world will regret it. The South Korean leader also asked her counterparts to set a watertight environment from which Pyongyang has no other option but change, by closing loopholes in international sanctions in order to achieve a more thorough implementation of them. Likely referring to the deployment of the U.S. missile defense system THAAD to the Korean Peninsula, Park said it's the least South Korea must do to defend itself, as the root of the issue is North Korean threats. Now, over the past week, President Park Geun-hye held a series of bilateral talks with the leaders of the U.S., China, Japan, and Russia, beefing up cooperation to counter North Korean provocation on bilateral level and also on trilateral level. Now, also note that this is only the beginning. The President's Foreign Affairs Secretary told reporters that there is a total of 5 statements that is soon to be adopted and already adopted from the ASEAN summits and related summits held over the past few days. Back to you.
Well, obviously, Jisun, the international community is strongly determined to put an end to North Korea's nuclear and missile program once and for all. Our Jisun live from Vientiane. Great job, Jisun. Thank you.